All right, welcome to yet another Tuesday Newsday. I am recording from a completely different place I normally record from, but good thing is I have a really strong lineup with me today. It's Sinzar, Dream, and Red Ash. Hey guys.
Hello.
How's it
Hey,
going?
All right, so I was just saying before we start recording, I explicitly avoided looking at anything on this banner when it came out in JP because it was so hyped. So I'm going in blind. I'm really trusting that you guys are going to help me figure out why the fuck Tifa looks like Chun-Li to begin with, and a bunch of other stuff.
Sounds good.
All right, so it's Tifa, right? As
Yeah,
well
as
as
you
NVA
just mentioned.
Rufus. Yeah, as I just mentioned. Yeah, I like repeating myself. I do. So, okay. First of all, I just want to let the cat out of the bag. So I know there was a lot of talk about this banner in JP being incredibly expensive for the guarantee. Was that it? Or am I just misremembering?
This banner was exactly the same as Aerith's banner, and on global, from the news, it seems to be exactly the same as well. The shards have been removed from the shop, etc., etc. So, yeah, she'll be as expensive as Aerith without all the free stuff.
And what does that mean for our listeners that want to get at least an EX1 then?
If it means EX1, you've got EX1 is not too bad. That means you've got to pull the original copy and you've got to wait 2 weeks to spend 3,000 VIP coins on the 50 shards or 20. I guess we're still getting
3,000?
well, we're still getting login shards, so I guess you only need technically 20 from the VIP shop if all you care about is EX1.
So that'd be what,
Wait.
1,200 VIP coins?
yeah, 1200.
Does it cost? Wait, but that it doesn't
It,
cost that much for other units, right?
The premium
yeah, they
ones
changed
are
it.
300 coins per 5 shards.
Yeah,
Okay. That's something I entirely missed. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
they
Okay.
triple the
Okay.
price.
Oh shit. Okay. So okay, but so worst case is you get Tifa now, you wait 2 weeks, you spend 1,200, right? On getting the last four or the
yeah,
4 packs of 5 each, right?
Yeah, that would be the absolute cheapest way is to pull her with a ticket, wait 2 weeks, spend 1,200 VIP, and there's EX1, and that's relatively cheap.
Right, but since I remember you talking a lot about needing EX3 in JP, but I think that was because of the card, right?
In JP, EX3 gives you 500 flat attack as a passive. On top of that,
Oh,
it gives you the card, which is another 500 flat attack, plus just a really powerful card overall. So not having EX3 in JP meant you were missing 1,000 flat attack power, which is a pretty big deal. Yeah.
wow, that's a huge deal.
The,
But what do you mean? So
the,
the 500
the
flat attack, was
GL
that just? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
the GL the 500 passive has been moved to EX2, like all the other EX abilities seem to be doing. So
Oh,
it's a bit more like gradual as you go up the EX levels, I guess.
okay. So in GL, to get the 1,000 flat attack, you need EX2. Well, you need EX1 for the card, and then you need EX2 for the
no,
flat.
No,
the
the
card is
card's
still at
still
EX3.
EX3 because it's
Yeah, just
premium.
the passives or the EX2 abilities are in EX2.
Whoa, hold the fuck on. Wait. We're not getting the card at EX1?
You
No,
missed this with Aerith. Premium
Yes.
abilities, their cards are only at EX3. They're taken away from EX1.
Oh
I
but
my
you,
expect the
fucking
same for
god.
Sephiroth as well.
yeah, same for
Oh, hey,
Sephiroth.
Cotton. Also, that was the
Cough, no one
weirdest way
ping
someone has
me.
ever pronounced Sephiroth. I'm just gonna call you out on that, Cotton.
Sephiroth?
No,
Seph.
God, what? Stop.
Okay,
Sephiroth.
pair boy. How's that? Pair boy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Silver hair.
I mean, you can't mispronounce his name. His name is in his literal theme song, right? Like they say it. So you can't mispronounce it, Cotton. You need to like
I
increase your
haven't
game.
listened to that theme song yet.
Wow. Okay, then
What?
you missed out. It's one of the better ones.
There is also
Oh,
there is also one other real nice change on global is on global they're making the passive of Tifa's STMR stack as well. So that'll be an additional 500 attack power even at only EX1. Well, I guess EX2. No, EX1. If you pull 2 copies and Moogle a second of her STMR, they stack on global. They don't on JP. So at her
It's
absolute
only-
at her
it's only a
absolute
bit-
peak. Yeah, it's I was gonna say at her absolute peak, it'll be 500 attack power more than the JP version, even at EX3.
Well, it would.
Holy
never
shit.
mind. I was thinking Aerith's one still gave her Tifa 500 as well, but no, she's not included in Aerith's, is she?
No,
So yeah,
No.
that does raise her ceiling higher for us.
But isn't that
Wow.
a pro and a con? Like, yeah, she gets extra 500 attack, but the con is that you are incentivized to pull a second copy, so you can't just pull one and then shard dungeon her or just buy shards all the
Oh.
way. You do need a second copy of the banner for the second STMR.
Good
Yes,
point. Good point. It's
With the
definitely
way the
more
premium
incentivized to
units
pull.
are, you're probably wanting several copies anyway if you're actually trying to like max her out.
Remind me how many
Yeah,
does
but
it
I mean-
take to X3 again?
All
Like a
up,
fuck ton?
like without any shards from any other source, I think it's 8 total.
That's hilarious. 8 copies? Like, what the actual fuck?
Oh god.
Nobody's gonna get 8 fucking copies. That's just a joke.
No.
Well, I mean, obviously, people that have saved up their entire life savings, like Sinzar did on JP, and spent it for Sephiroth, they're gonna
I
get
pulled-
8 copies, I guess.
I pulled 9
No,
copies of Sephiroth on JP.
Yeah, your
No,
Sephiroth
let's-
pulls were kind of ridiculous, even though you did spend a lot.
Just wait for Rigero's pulls.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Hold on. Oh
you-
yeah,
like,
what
wait
about
for
Rigoro? As
Rigero.
in, yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
shitter the fuck out of it. Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
get
Right.
No,
like
he's gonna
3
be.
He
copies
won't
from a
pull-
temple.
Okay, this is funny
Yes.
because Rigoro has been saying all this time, just like me. Okay, I'm not going into this banner. I'm not interested. I don't like it. But we all know, motherfucker is gonna do a temple. You know, just for shits. Like he's gonna do a temple, and if any time is a good time to be Rigoro, it's gonna be this fucking banner because he's gonna pull 8 Tifas on his first temple. He's gonna be like, oh my god, guys, I got this just happened. In his casual Rigoro way, that's gonna be amazing.
But since on
Wasn't
JP,
Vigor at one point? Like, wasn't Vigor at one point just showing off how many envies he has, and it's a lot more than what a normal player who doesn't spend on the game has?
Well, I
Yeah,
spend on the game, and he had 50% more than me, so
yeah,
he's just
he
very,
had
very lucky.
almost
He's
he
just
had
very
almost triple what I had from someone.
lucky. Yeah.
To
Like,
be fair, the channel is called Dream Depressing Dream, right?
yeah, I
Yes.
renamed it back to that after that conversation.
So, Cesar,
'Cause
you were
I-
saying something about Tifa on JP?
I was just saying her STMR does not stack on JP, but it will on global, which is a pretty nice buff for her for global only.
Right. So I guess like even if you don't go for the EX3, because the EX3 obviously is a big deal now. Since I did not know this, like I'm going in blind, but that gives you the card, and the card itself gives you another flat 500, right?
It is, but I actually showed some example builds from JP at like, EX2 without the card, and the units are still like exceptionally more powerful than every other unit, even at only EX2 on global.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I mean, so you're not like you shouldn't feel like you got shit on if you only got like. I mean, I guess even EX1 Tifa, you're shy of 500 flat attack again. But I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and guess that she's still gonna be the strongest unit we have, even on EX1.
It is, because even
Yeah.
if you ignore all the little cool little premium perks for these units, she still has a 350x modifier LB and like 5,000
What
attack
the fuck?
at EX1.
What?
Yeah.
The
Holy shit!
Mhm.
Okay,
So,
that's
no
hilarious.
wonder-
This is the new standard.
This is the new
no wonder-
standard. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No wonder people are saying they're going to wait for Tifa to cap DV. Oh god, what is that limit break? What is that?
Well, I mean, Zidane stacked up to 295, so it's not.
Yeah, but you can only
after
have
like
one Zidane.
55 turns of singing and like somebody giving him a hand job, he gets up to 295. And Tifa just shits out 350. What the okay, this is gonna be hilarious. Now I feel bad for not pulling on Nickel. Because now I see why the power of water. Okay, but interesting. I mean, this is a very strong unit. A lot of people are excited. Tifa is also a very cool character from Final Fantasy VII, so I know that a lot of people are excited for her. Her sprite is pretty cool. It's very influenced by the FF7 remake version of her. But then she also turns into Chun-Li when she shifts. So first, before what's her shift mechanic all about? Like, why does she need to shift? How does that work?
Shift LB has the higher mod.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's kind of all there is to it.
The reason for her shift is to give everyone a reason to complain about how hard it is to gear SLB units in about 2 weeks, because it's because you're gonna be like, I wish we had like everyone's gonna be like, I wish we had brave shifting back when you go on the dark visions with SLB units. You'll see in about two or three weeks.
Oh, right, because obviously base form is very nice for like doing like stuff like LB fill and stuff, and then you just shift into huge damage. Okay, I get it.
Exactly, and like you can shift on like bad turns and all that.
Right, exactly. Okay, interesting. Yeah, SLB. So our first SLB unit, not to jump banners, but that should be Cyan from FF6, right?
So,
correct.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm saving my resources for that banner. I realize because I have failed in hoarding and I just don't have enough to go in on this banner. I'm just gonna have to cry when Rigoro posts his first temple.
But yeah, in a way, it's almost like Tifa and Seth kind of get all the benefits of the SLB units without any of the downsides because of like the weird time they were designed in, I guess. But
hold on, is like SLB now the standard in JP? Do we not get shifts anymore?
You get like 2 or 3 shifts a month, if that, sometimes less. It's almost all SLB now.
Yeah. Really? I'd say it's been maybe like 2/3, 1/3 or something, or maybe 3/4, 1/4 on some months.
I mean, with SLB, you basically ask people to spend more for higher X units, so they don't need to sit there for 5 turns doing nothing, waiting for the SLB to charge. It's a way of making money while saving money because they don't have to design a shift form. It makes sense, right?
Right. Well, I mean, definitely incentivizes pulling, right? They want you to get more of the dupes. And I guess the SLB mechanic is that the higher EX level you have, the lower cooldown of the SLB is, or like you can do it on an earlier turn, right?
Both.
Correct.
Okay. All right, okay, but so Tifa, very excited about it. Like, I mean, she does look amazing. Her card is going to be the first 125 attack card too. That's big. I mean, apart from the fact that it's also going to give her flat 500, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, and I mean, she does look amazing. Like her actual brave shift is a bit weird. I'm not going to lie, but because someone told me before the pod that this is an actual costume in FF7R. I didn't find it though in my playthrough. Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, you get different costumes based on what you do. Yeah, it's in the remake.
I know that, but I never got this particular Chun-Li costume for her myself, so that's weird.
Time to replay it.
Does anyone else think the colors are look kind of washed out on her sprite?
Really? I don't know. Looks fine to me.
I don't know.
I didn't see. I didn't notice that.
I mean, I guess her hair is a bit more like grayish brown than like brown black. Maybe it's that. I don't know.
Yeah, the clothes as well, but I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just.
I don't know. It looks fine to me.
Remake is standard AAA graphics where there's a lot of muddy gray and brown.
Yeah. Yes, that's probably it. This is I'm looking at her. This is a very accurate depiction of her in the game. So maybe that's it. Okay, but then we do get another unit on banner, I guess. And it's Rufus Shinra.
Another waste of space.
He is? Oh, okay. I actually thought he was cool in Final Fantasy VII Remake. They made him into a cool character, and he shifts with his wolf/dog. So he looks cool as fuck.
Where did he pull a Displacer Beast from D&D?
But hold on. So why is he bad?
Well, he just has shit mobs and nothing really going for him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
man,
just like he's just a dark tag chainer, and that is literally all he does. He's not doing damage. He's not doing support. He's just gonna tag for dark, and like that's it.
Oh, so no support
So-
even. That's such a shame.
Not really, no.
So his old roles will just make you depressed when the unit you pull turns out to be a Rainbow Rufus.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
actually has a bad TMR and STMR as well. Like he is just a troll all the way around if you're going deep on Tifa.
Yeah, I mean,
Very much.
I actually had his. I've had his STMR for a long time. I got a couple of
Yeah,
him on
I
his
already
original
got it as
banner,
well.
and it's really a bad STMR. It's like nothing.
Barros.
I mean, Balthiers is better. Yeah.
See, Barros is another reason to not pull on Tifa's banner. You don't want more Rufus, do you?
No, but I do want Tifa. Like, here's the problem. I really so Final Fantasy VI is my favorite Final Fantasy, and then like 7 and 8 kind of share that second place for me. So I would really want to go in on this banner. But the thing is, if I do, I can't. Like, I can't do this to Final Fantasy VI. I'll have to try to skip it. I'll probably do dailies. And
No, think about it,
hope.
Barros. Final Fantasy VI isn't a premium unit, so we're hoping that the banner will go back to the old format. And by then, you should have
Oh.
enough to PT sellers, right? Right?
Yeah. That's no. I mean, that true. If it's not a premium banner, then yes, I should.
Saving? What is this?
I mean, I have to. Okay. Hey, Dream. Guess how many tickets I have? I have more than 2.
Like
Oh God,
15,
I have more than 15
Yes.
actually.
16.
25.
I have 30 tickets. That's on average an MV, right? That's an average an
Like-
MV almost.
Barros,
like
do you know
3
how many
weeks of
tickets I have?
tickets.
No, don't tell me. Okay, this is just going to be depressing.
230?
Is-
No, 250.
Oh my God, 230. That's like, okay. That's self-restraint I will never have. I'm going to be happy if I have like, maybe 40, 50 tickets or something for the Final Fantasy. So just okay, now that we're already talking about it, gazing a bit ahead, Sinzar, how was it with the time plan? Was Final Fantasy VI directly after Final Fantasy VII R, like after Sephiroth?
Yeah. It was literally the banner directly after Sephiroth was Seals and
Oof.
Cyan.
Okay, but
I
we
think
might not
we-
have that because we have another design unit, right?
Yeah, we'll potentially have like 1 or 2 banners in between for probably like Ramu Sakura and maybe the next design unit. 1 or both of those could be first.
Okay, so there's time to save. There's time to save. All right, cool. So we talked about the banner units, and I guess there was not much to say about Rufus, other than that he
No.
is the troll that you really don't want to see. But there is an event going too, right? It's an elemental turn challenge. What is that?
How is it
Is that the same that we have now?
No, they've like we had this once before just with the steel dummy, and now they've brought in elemental variants of it, I guess. It's just like
ice and wind.
It's not even really an event. It's just a way for them to hand out free STMRs. It's you walk in and you win instantly. So it's just free STMRs for this week.
Oh, I was when I saw turn limit, I was almost hoping that it was what we had now, where we had.
No, I think you do actually have to like deal some damage to kill it quickly, but it's not.
Yeah,
because
the turn limit is 5 turns, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's
turns.
5, 10, and 15 turn missions on each
Look.
of them.
Everyone's and a mother with Tifa. Just use Tifa to one-shot it.
Yeah, I guess. Well, okay. Can you use Tifa to one shot? I'm still kind of
I'm
asking myself.
I'm sure that'll work great on the ones that have high resistance to all elements except one that aren't water.
I mean, just your dual elements. It probably does enough damage anyway. But I was going to ask actually how her mechanics work. So she's an LB finisher, but does she have like her own fill? Do you have to entrust her if you want to do a turn 1 OTK? How does that work?
She starts with her LB already maxed at EX2. If you're not EX2,
Ooh.
you have to fill it. And then her Magnus fills it to the max as well. So in Dark Visions, the classic Tifa with no external support whatsoever would be to LB on turn 1 to stack, Magnus on turn 2 to power up and refill, and then do your final kill on turn 3. But if you want to entrust,
what do you mean to stack?
It's a stacking OB, like kind of like Zidane, but she only needs 1 stack. Zidane needs 2 stacks. She only needs 1. So after her first LB would be quote unquote weaker, but the second one would be at full power.
It goes from 200 to 350.
Oh, that's pretty big though. I mean that's big.
But 200
200 is still stronger than whatever the fuck we have, but I mean it's a big difference still.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I mean, I guess a lot of people are hyped for this banner, but now I'm asking myself, how good is it that we actually have the crystal ball that is JP? Because I'm assuming that when this banner, or like, did JP know that Sephiroth was coming when this banner came out? Was that already revealed?
Oh yeah. There was a huge developer stream and hype, and they did news and videos. Oh yeah, he was like extremely hyped for 3 weeks in advance before he ever actually dropped. So everyone was like waiting for him.
Okay, so then it's the same. I was gonna say, like, if JP got this blind, they might have gone in very hard on this banner, not knowing that Sephiroth comes next. But they did. Okay, so I'm guessing like a lot of people are probably also skipping Tifa for another reason, which is obviously that Sephiroth is next week. And I guess like Sinzar, you said this once before. I think it was on a Newsday or on a regular pod, but Sephiroth is a bit stronger, right?
A little bit.
Yes. If you're going just by average damage, he's slightly stronger than Tifa. If you're like a player that goes really high end in Dark Visions and you farm variance rolls, he's a lot stronger than Tifa at his max possible variance. But on average, it's only a bit stronger.
Okay. All right. So really, okay. Maybe then the tip to our listeners is that you should pull for the unit you like more. Like if you really like Tifa, you should go in on Tifa's banner, because it doesn't sound like you're going to be super sorry that you didn't get Sephiroth.
Like both of them will remain top 3 basically for like at least 3 months.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And I mean, even Cyan, who is like, as I understood it in JP, he's still strong, but he is still like the FF6 banner is still below the FF7R banner.
As is Type 0 and several other ones. I think Auron is the first one to actually like beat Sephiroth and Tifa on Burst, and he like just released a week or 2 ago in JP. And isn't
Auron also a premium unit in JP?
Yep.
Yes.
And you said he just beat them, right? So meaning that like it doesn't mean they are irrelevant. It means that they are still incredibly strong in JP.
Yeah, he's like 10. So 20% better than Sephiroth. The back-to-back burst with Entrust, because it's easy.
So that this is a really good banner to go. On. Like fuck, stop giving. Like that's the case for like Chamber of Cows. That's true, but like for
something else to mention too. Assuming you do go for Tifa, even though she's waterlocked and all, or Sephiroth, the Vision card. Like I use Sephiroth's Vision card on every single physical unit in the game in the JP server. It is just that good. So just getting the card is incredibly good as well.
Getting either of them,
and they are carbon copies, right? And are the cards carbon copies? Like Tifa's card and Sephiroth's card are the same?
They just have different killers.
Yeah. Tifa's is Beast Killer, Sephiroth's is Undead Killer.
So Sephiroth's is technically better because Undead Killer is much more rare than Beast.
Both of them are kind of rare.
They are? I feel like I have a shit ton of Beast Killers. Very few Reapers.
No, they're both pretty rare.
Physical Beast is like moderate, I guess. Magic Beast is really rare.
Yeah, but you're going to put Tifa's fucking card on a mage.
No.
Actually, I do have a question. I'm not sure if we asked this yet, but Sinza, are you going to go balls deep on this banner?
Because in Dark Visions this week, I am so close to the cap, just an EX1 Tifa would perfect score me in Dark Visions. So I'm going to use tickets. I don't plan to do the step up, though. So I'm going to use like 40 tickets, which is like my entire stash. and I'm just going to hope. But I'm saving like all my Lapis for Sephiroth.
He has to save for his
Wait,
waifu.
so 40 tickets. So since so remind me what you use on your Dark Visions team again to nearly cap?
On this week, I used Zidane, Terra, Louise, Ling, Arden, and there's one more unit. I can't think of it. I forget. Oh, Aerith, the new Aerith.
And your Aerith is X1 or X2?
EX1.
Huh. So if
Will
I actually get
EX2
Tifa,
be
I
enough?
can cap. Huh.
Yeah, well, Sinzar said that in the start of this, like Tifa is so overpowered for this, right, Sinzar? So like you might even have an easier time capping. Like you might not need the all-star roster you just described, because you literally just described like some of the strongest units in the game right now.
Yeah, just to give you an idea.
Would you recommend me dumping tickets for Tifa and Sephiroth then?
They're really good even at EX1, because like I was doing damage calculations on my gear, and keeping her on a fire-based team, just tossing her in, no other changes at EX1, she's doing like 3.8 billion damage to the boss by herself, and Terra did 1.1 billion, to give you an idea. So 3 times more powerful than Terra, while Tifa's on a fire team.
I mean, could it even be useful to like put a fire weapon on her?
Yes, you would have to pull 2 copies to get her EX1 in the first week.
Right. Okay, listen. So someone at Gumi headquarters now is rubbing their like palms together, going like, "Our plan is working. Look, both Cotton and Barros want to pull on this banner."
Hey, look, Barros, I'm not spending Lapis, you see. I'm spending tickets. My 250 tickets.
Yeah. Okay. I can't spend anything because I need both my Lapis and my tickets, because my luck with on-banner NVs is like absolute donkey balls. Okay, if I just get one NV on the FF6 banner, it's gonna be fucking Cloud again, and I can't take more Clouds. Speaking of Clouds, like we're actually slated for his EX2 abilities, meaning that if you have 2 of Tifa's STMR or 1 Tifa, 1 Aerith, Cloud is gonna be like Sinzar, do you have a comparison in your mind? Like how strong is Cloud gonna be?
Cloud, if you give him every single piece of the FF7 set, he's got like 8,500 attack power and a 100 and I forget his modifier.
If it's 150 after the EXL upgrade.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go. So his LB is not anything special. It's just that his attack power is so extreme, it makes him really high. And he also gets in JP, he has the Great Sword Imperil. So that allows him to use all that without like missing the imperil.
But yeah, he can get something like 2,800 flat attack, which is kind of ridiculous.
That is.
I do have a question though. If you have all the FF7 gear, why are you not using it on Aerith, Tifa, and Sephiroth, and why are you giving it to Cloud instead?
Because you can, okay? That's the whole thing. Like, you can, okay? You take Tifa's STMR, you take Aerith's STMR, and a ton of other stuff, and he might do, like, what, half of Tifa's damage?
Well, the thing is, Cloud is elementally flexible, and there are a few Dark Visions in JP where the final, or actually not even the final boss, just multiple of the bosses are negative 500% after Imperil to the right element, and plus 120 to the wrong element. So in those scenarios, like the 600% swing in resistance, at that point, Cloud can outdamage Tifa.
But can he outdamage Zidane?
I actually don't know who does more. I really don't know. Zidane's 295 with 6K attack power versus 150 at 8,500. Good question.
It's something for the math person here to calculate then. It's a pity Mark isn't here. Otherwise, he could calculate it for us, right? Since he does the wiki ratings and all.
Maybe.
Listen, if there was ever a moment for you, Dream, this is the moment, okay? You need to, just guess.
Wait, so...
I don't think that's how maths works, Barros. You don't guess maths.
That's how I got through all of my university math. So, okay, but are you doing the calculations, Dream? Like, are you doing them now?
The most roughest of rough calculations.
All right, this is going to be exciting. Because that's cool. Like, we are getting Cloud EX2. Or, I mean, it's very likely. They did say they're going to come at the end of the month. Hey, that's now.
Technically, the end of the month is in 3 days' time.
Yeah. So soon, I guess. Soon. Okay. Yeah, it would be really nice to know, like, hey, if you're old, because, like, I am still cursed with, 140 shards above EX3 for Cloud. So it would be nice, if I can use him again for something at least, even though it does mean
Look.
I would have to pull a Tifa as well.
Look, Barros, at least Cloud is useful in the future. My EX3 Yoshi is absolutely useless.
No, don't say that about Yoshi. Cotton, Yoshi is on every shard dungeon team I have. He's like on every daily or like event team I have too, because I just like him so much, and it's like it's a nice imbue peril, and yeah, I still use him. I still enjoy that unit very much. Like, literally, I use him every week.
Can we trade?
Still.
Please, can
Why?
we trade it? I'll take your EX3 Cloud. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I did not feel great about getting that many clouds before. I can tell you that. Okay, Jim, how's that calculation going? Like, are we getting somewhere?
I think they should be on a pretty similar tier, actually. Like,
Really?
Yeah, I think it should be in the same sort of ballpark at a really, really, really rough estimate.
Wow.
Yeah, but doesn't Cloud bring his own weapon Imperials?
Like,
yeah, Cloud brings his own Greatsword Imperials. Zidane needs what? Links?
Included the Greatsword Imperial and none for Zidane. And Cloud was like slightly ahead, but
but
still, I mean,
need to pull for Tifa now.
You
make Cloud strong.
STMR wise, you can just use 2 Aeriths on global, and it's only a bit worse because because of the base attack, you still get 500 from each of them flat. And then
but Aerith doesn't give limit break damage, does it?
Yeah, but he can probably cap that anyway.
True.
Maybe, yeah. But hold on, Sinzar, you said the entire FF7 kit. So aside from Aerith accessory and Tifa accessory, what and I guess like a card, Tifa's card or something, what else does he need?
Yeah, in JP it was Aerith and Tifa STMRs. On global you could do double Tifa instead. He needed Sephiroth's card or Tifa's card, and then his own Chronicle weapon for an additional 1,000. He also needed to be EX3 for all the passes.
His greatsword gets upgraded Chronicle-wise. Does Sephiroth's STMR clothes work on him as well? I'm assuming not.
Unfortunately, no. Those are locked exclusively to Sephiroth for the 500 attack power.
Sephiroth won't lend his boyfriend his clothes.
This is true. He doesn't want to share.
Oh man. Okay, but okay, so it's still a steep, like it's steep, right? Because again,
the biggest thing
you're gonna have to have right. You have to have an EX3 Tifa. If you don't, you're losing out on 500 flat attack, right? Because that's the big thing.
Plus, like another 25 base attack from a downgraded card, or like 10 or 15 if you go to Lings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd probably use Lings, but yeah, it would be 510 attack less than. Okay. That's. I mean, you'd still have to pull like a Tifa though, and then you'd have to STMR Moogle her and the Aerith. Or I don't know, do we get Aerith's STMR for free? We don't, right?
Yeah, you will when you get her to
EX2. Yeah.
Wait, are we getting her?
Because so many STMR Moogles is practically free, isn't it?
Well, you get an Aerith-specific STMR Moogle when you get it to EX2, which we get enough shards for the week after DD.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not like I'm going to be using Cloud for DD because he hasn't been announced yet with his EX2 upgrades. No. But and I guess the Chronicle, I don't even know when the Chronicle would come out. Does that come out with Sephiroth? Or?
Yeah, it comes with Sephiroth's event. You get a
Chronicle. And we're guessing Sephiroth. And that's 1 week too late, right? Because Sephiroth would come as DDNs, right?
Yeah, at minimum.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. But very exciting banner. A lot of stuff to think about for many people. Like, do you go in on this banner knowing that this is going to be incredibly strong units for a very, very long time to come? Or are you going to be like, saving up for something else that you're liking? Because there's also a lot of cool units coming up. I mean, Dream, there's Type 0, your favorite game that you never played.
Yeah. They kind of suck though, which is sad.
They do? Okay, I thought they were just good as any other new unit.
I mean, they're about as good as Cyan or Kurosame is.
Did you just say Cyan sucks?
Indirectly.
It's not so much that he sucks, because he's actually still way better than the majority of units on global. It's just that when you compare them to the premiums, they are so far behind. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Oh man. But at least easier to get, right? Easier. You don't have to have EX3 at least and stuff like that. So I mean, let's put it that way. Like, what's the relative power?
Cooldown though.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot that.
I think burst wise, like Cyan and Kurosame are something like half of Sephiroth.
The fuck?
Ew.
Yeah,
What the
it's
heck?
that bad.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Goomy.
Why?
Just to give you like a real quick comparison, Sephiroth has a 350x modifier LB. Cyan's got 300. Sephiroth's got about 7,500 attack power. Cyan's got about 5,100.
Yeah, they get like.
So that's the big difference.
Yeah, I mean the main thing is just how much flat attack equipment they gave the FF7 stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's still ridiculous though, because this is another wave of kind of or another tier of units again, right? Because like to me it's comparable to like the Festa that JP had for a while back. It's kind of this new tier, right? These units are much harder to get, much harder to max, and they are also infinitely more powerful, which sucks. Again,
they're technically not releasing 8-star units, right?
Star.
They're technically not 8-star or 9-star, wherever. They're still envy units, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And then there are
only
tiers within envy units. And honestly, I said this so many times before because I am playing some other gachas, and I just don't understand this need for extreme power creep. Can it be so that FFBE players are so mindless they would only pull and spend their money if the unit has a 350 XLB? Or would they, spend anyway just like because they like the unit and the units are cool?
Okay,
that's what happens in other games.
I'll give you an exact
they're talking
answer for that.
Sinza pulls for power, doesn't he?
Well, I do, but no. Okay, let's put this in actual terms. Okay, so during the 7-star era, how many people pulled for popular units like Rakish Thief Zidane, Ash, Lone Lion Squall? Did anyone pull for these units? These are very popular units. Did anyone
go deep for all these units, motherfucker? I went deep for all of them. Well, okay, not Ash. Fuck Ash. I mean,
I care not for any of those characters.
Yeah, so like, I mean, you definitely always have the fanboys that pull absolutely no matter what. But if you want a banner to be profitable, it really has to be powerful. Powerful and popular is where the real money is.
But that's the thing I want to question. All right, because I mean, powerful, sure, and of course there should be creep in a gacha game. They have to incentivize further pulling. It wouldn't make sense if fucking Last Gen was still top tier, because he is old by now, or they are old by now. Of course, there needs to be creep, but what I'm saying is, why the fuck do we need this galaxy creep that we're getting, right? Like, that's the thing I'm wondering. Like, why isn't every new unit like 2, 3, maybe 5% better than the previous one? Rather than,
I mean, I can't answer. I can't speak for the JP devs, but I think my personal opinion is they had like 3 or 4 months of just terrible banners, which in turn led to terrible sales. Like, Charlotte and all those banners we got in the past 3 months, all those bad units. I think like one of the bosses at, FFBE said, we're not making money. People aren't pulling for units. put out something powerful, make them pull, and this is what they came up with.
I mean, I think you're right. I think that sounds very much like a correct analysis, right? Because they did shell out a couple of worse units in JP, so to speak. But I guess, but the problem is that they actually made really bad units. Like that's it's not that they made meta units that are actually good and useful for DV. They made bad units, and of course, bad units won't sell. That's a different thing.
I think part of it is maybe just because of the like inherent game mechanics and the damage formula and stuff. You can have like huge variation on the power of a unit with like different gears and supports and stuff. So it's very hard to kind of have those small power creep jumps kind of make a dent in that and like show it. And that reflects in the way like the content is designed and the way like the difficulty of that has to rise in order to actually be meaningful compared to old units.
Sure, but what I really like is what Sinzar just said, where there's going to come DVs where a certain element is going to be much stronger than any other, and that actually gives you room to make elemental variations of units, which is that's actually a very exciting thing. Where like, oh, I need a strong lightning LB finisher too, kind of. That I think is much more fun than just going down the path of making everything do 50% more damage than the previous unit. Although I guess that's not quite happening right now. I guess we're at one of those spikes again, right? This is a spike, and then this spike kind of flattens out pretty hard up until Auron. That kind of makes it rise just a little bit, but it's still like somewhere around there, right? So I guess it's just a spike. So yeah, okay. Very exciting. Let's see how well my fortitude holds when the maintenance is over on Thursday and I'm sitting there with my lapis and tickets. Yeah, let's see. So who here is pulling?
I'm going to leave this discussion with just two words. Barrows, okay. No.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm really gonna try. Like, of course, for me, having to save up 30 tickets and a lot of lapis means I'm sitting here blue balled, like I could explode at any time. But I'm hoping I won't. I'm really hoping I won't, and I'll be able to hold out. And speaking of holding out, who here is actually pulling for Tifa? So this banner.
I probably used a few tickets.
Yeah, just tickets.
Okay, so we have Ticket Squad that is hoping to shitter. Okay, so I'm going to look forward to Thursday when you guys start showing your Tifa envy pulls. Like, Sinzar is going to be like, oh, look, I did it just in 3 tickets. And then Rigoro is going to be like, oh, look, my first 10 pull gave me 8 Tifas and 2 Sephiroths, even though he isn't even out yet.
You mean his first free daily pull?
Oh, yeah, because we're still getting those. Yes, of course, I forgot. Yeah, that's exactly what's
happening. He doesn't even need to spend anything.
Yeah.
Are you implying that I will actually pull something good?
Oh, no. I did not include you in this dream. I did not include you in this. You're going to spend like 30 tickets and you're going to get another Elaine.
I will get one Rufus.
Yeah, you're going to get one Rufus. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, your luck is kind of like mine. It's shit. So I'm sorry, Dream, but let's call it what it is.
Such is the way of things.
Yes. All right, everyone. I think we've exhausted content for this Newsday. Right? Do we have anything more to say?
I don't think so.
Not really.
All right, cool. Thanks, everyone, for chilling, and have a fantastic Tuesday wherever you are.
See ya.